DynamicCardStore.com to get the cards. Icons, legends aiming at the stars. Hursty at checkout to save your points. Now your bank account won't be staying empty. DynamicCardStore.com. Use code Hursty. Go on.
Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to a video where I'm going to talk to you today about what you can do with your coins, what you can do in preparation for obviously a period of time in FIFA that's going to be without promos and without anything really to sort of grind towards unless we're given specific SBCs. So I'm kind of expecting us soon to get like an icon SBC, so I'm kind of going to be ignoring the sort of build up or the grind towards that, but I'm going to look at different things you can do to prepare yourself for what will be the next promo. Now firstly, as you guys will know if you watch the channel, I've recently spent quite a few coins on my team, so I've used pretty much all my fodder and used most of my coins. I spent just over 1.5 million coins on getting my new team sorted out, so I'm not sat on very many coins at the moment, but soon I will be working on getting those coins back up and sort of stocking the club a little bit to be ready for an icon SBC and be ready for the next promo, whatever that might be. Now it could be that the next promo is team of the season and we don't get too much between now and team of the season starting, so we could get another SBC like the Comma Ball SBC we got last year. It could be that that SBC doesn't really, or not SBC, sorry, the promo, it could be that that doesn't happen this year, and it could be that the next thing is going to be team of the season. It would surprise me a little bit. I think near the end of the month will be when we get it, so I think we might get something between then and now. So this will kind of be with the intention of building up packs either for that promo or for team of the season as and when we see it. Now at the time of me recording this, we have just had a couple of league SBCs that have been brought back out, which I will show you guys very quickly. We've had the Champions League brought back out, the Championship and the Bundesliga brought back out. Now first of all, the Bundesliga has been made a bit cheaper. There are a couple of teams where you don't need 11 players. You can see here straight off the bat there's a few that only need 10. I think Dortmund only needed 10 initially anyway, but there's a few teams that are just a little bit cheaper. A lot of them now only needing 10 players, which is pretty good to see and does make it just a little bit cheaper to do in general anyway. And I think some of the ratings have actually gone down a lot. These only being like 60 rated makes it nice and cheap, and it means that you don't have to have any of these gold cards if you don't need to, and it also means that if you have like some bronze and silver cards in the club already from these teams, just from previous packs maybe you've opened, that you can put those into it. So it's nice to see that some of these are actually going to be a fair bit cheaper for you. At the moment on PlayStation, I will just double check this right now, I don't want to be telling you a lie, right now at the time of recording, and right now it's quite late as well, so the market is fairly quiet, so prices will be a little bit more expensive than normal. It's 210k on PlayStation and 240 on Xbox. I think at like a peak time, or at a time where the market's going to be a lot busier, you could probably do this for just under 200,000 coins if you were buying every single player on PlayStation, and a little bit over 200 on Xbox. As a spoiler alert, all of these are going to be more expensive on Xbox, so I do apologise for that. But right now, this isn't a bad thing to try and do if you've got some players in the club. We'll go through ways that you can grind up players, build players up in the club, and really try to do these a bit more cost effectively in a mo, and just see if there's maybe a few ways that I can tell you how I plan on doing it to make it a little bit cheaper for you. I don't think many of the packs have changed, which is pretty good to see as well. A few mixed in these, which is a bit of a stinker, but regardless, we will move on. The UEFA Champions League one, again, I'm fairly sure this is the exact same price or exact same requirements. I don't think anything in that has changed, but it's 120k right now on PlayStation and 140 on Xbox. Again, inflated prices because of the time that I'm recording this, but the thing with these is that they probably have slightly skyrocketed, not skyrocketed, but they've definitely gone up in price most likely for the Champions League cards, but they will drop down again at some point. And again, lightning rounds are a really good time to try and pick these guys up. Looking at specific leagues, just pick a league and just try and pick up UEFA Champions League commons or rares or whatever you're looking to get during like a lightning round, because you'll pick them up for relatively cheap, and again, shouldn't be too bad. You get a good couple of decent packs at the end here, 25, a 45, a rare electron, I'm not entirely sure of the price, that's 30 something I think, and then a 35k pack, and it's a 55 for doing the whole thing. Yeah, so that's pretty good, it's pretty darn decent. And then the Championship interesting to see an 81 plus times 7 player pack, which is something new. At the moment, the championship has not been completed on Footbin for any console, so I don't have an exact price for you. But again, you can see a couple of teams not needing quite as many players. Again, I think the ratings have gone down just a tad, like on a few of them. It's noticeable that you only need 6 Reading players now, which is quite a good one because that was one of the more expensive ones previously. So that's pretty good to see. I think you now need 6 instead of 5 Sheffield Wednesday players, and I think again it's 6 instead of 5 Swansea players as well. Stoke down to 6, which is again noticeable, and Wickham down to 6, again another one that was a little bit more expensive. So it's good to see again. I would assume this is a little bit cheaper than normal. I think Barnsley's gone down to 6 too. It's good to see that this is again being made a little bit cheaper. The main thing with the championship is you're not getting as many big, like crazy good expensive packs that you would save onto. As a general rule of thumb, as I've said for previous times I've talked about League SBCs, for me personally, if I'm stacking packs, if there's at least one rare gold player in that pack, I tend to keep hold of it. You never know your chances. We did it for Team of the Year, and let's just say that paid out as we packed 5 of them, which was pretty darn good to see. But silver packs and stuff, while I'm doing these methods, I do open them up in the hopes of getting more players to go towards them. So, for example, if I completed QPR, I would open it up, jumbo silver pack, and I'd put the silver players in that towards other League SBCs if I'm doing the League SBC grind. So that personally is 3 good League SBCs that have been re-brought out and are all a little bit cheaper than they were before. The one for me that's the most interesting is the championship, purely because I do like grinding up those silver packs to then make other SBCs for cheaper or even free if I get enough players. And the 81 times 7 is quite interesting for me. I think that could be a good little chance to try and get some cool stuff during a promo, especially during like a team of the season, for example. I think that'd be interesting. It's also good to see the Bundesliga a little bit cheaper. Again, right now, just over 200k, but I do expect it to be cheaper at a more like peak time. I've also highlighted the Chinese Super League. Now, the time recording this is only 12 days left for this. As we've seen with even just the 3 that we talked about, even if this does go out, it probably will come back, and it might even be a little bit cheaper. But the main reason I've highlighted this, and this is mainly for you people on PlayStation, right now, again, at a pretty bad time to be looking at cards, 60,000 coins to do this entire SBC. You get a 45k pack for completing the whole thing. So a net spend of 15,000 coins. Obviously an untradeable 45k pack, but obviously also 18 packs in this anyway. Again, I would open up silver packs because they're going to help you complete other League SBCs for cheap or for free. Obviously a bronze pack, but we don't worry too much about that. But again, all of these ones that have even just a single rare gold, I would keep hold of. There aren't too many in the Chinese Super League, but the amount of silver packs you're doing, for me personally, whenever I'm starting like the League SBC grind, I would normally do the Chinese Super League and the Saudi League. I think the Saudi League, however, has just gone out, so I'm expecting that to come back in a couple of days, but I don't think the Saudi League's out right now. But I personally grind the Chinese Super League and or the Saudi League, get those players in, just rinse, repeat the silvers, get loads of silvers then to put towards other League SBCs, and I find myself being able to complete a lot of other League SBCs. But again, for me personally, doing the Chinese Super League, especially while it's this cheap for PlayStation, 60,000 coins, it's mental. It's 90,000 coins right now for Xbox, so again, pinch of salt. Timer that I'm recording it, it's going to be a little bit inflated anyway, but the Xbox prices do tend to be a little bit more expensive. But all I'm going to say is the grind I expect to do right now is to complete this Chinese Super League. I'm going to do a lot of bronze packs to try and get some of these cards for cheap. And kind of stock the club. I know that I'm going to pack things for other leagues anyway. Probably get a good chance of getting quite a few championship players in there as well as a lot of bronze championship players. And now knowing a lot of these leagues are no longer as expensive, and also the ratings of those squads aren't as high, it means that I'm going to be able to do it just for a little bit cheaper than normal anyway. So I'm going to be grinding the Chinese Super League, opening up the silver packs, keeping all of the other packs ready for whatever promo comes out next. Again, for example, you know, a small Prime Electron players pack, the 45 for completing this. Let's say, for example, you get yourself a handful of players from the Super League and you manage to complete a team or 2 from that. It means that you might be able to work towards completing that one as well. The ones that have only got a couple of days left on them, Eredivisie, the Super League, the Pro League, they've got 5 days left on them. If you've got a big chunk of them done, I'm probably going to try and get the Pro League done if I can do it for relatively cheap, if I can pick up a lot of players from the league, just because, you know, I've done 7, I've got 11 to go. I might as well try and get some of it done, and then I'll just hold on to those players knowing that this will probably come back out again, and will probably not be that expensive. The same is to be said for the Chinese Super League. It does only have 12 days left, so you've got just under 2 weeks at the time of me recording this to get that done a couple of times, especially while it's as cheap as it is. Futbin is a really good place to look at. Obviously, Futbin take with a small pinch of salt, knowing that some of these player prices aren't updated immediately, but I've sat on here and seen the price of that update a couple of times, and it's gone from, you know, sort of like 70,000 coins, dropping to 60,000 coins, went up to 63, dropped again to 60. So I know that is a fairly reliable price that it's at right now. It means people are actively looking at it because of how cheap it is. So I do think it's worth looking at these, and I do think right now the best way to kind of get these cards, as I said, and getting the ball rolling is BPM. I know I talk about it a lot. I've got a video on the channel that does talk specifically about BPM. If you don't know BPM, I have got that video. Please do go check it out. But right now, picking these cards up, doing the bronze pack method, getting the players into the club, even if they're not selling right now, it's good to try and hold on to some of these cards, knowing that there's going to be stuff coming out soon. Again, that guy there, 200 coins, fantastic. This guy is going to go for a couple of coins. So right now, actually, making a few coins off of this BPM. Just got myself a player that wasn't quite in the championship. If he was a championship player, he probably would have gone on for a little bit. Otherwise, honestly, right now, I would keep hold of him. I'd get the championship stuff done, and I would just keep going. But again, that pack actually did make me a couple of coins when those cards sell on. I broke even. Well, actually, I made about 100 coins profit on that one pack there. But I'm hoping, opening these packs, I'm going to see a bunch of Chinese Super League players. I'm going to get the Chinese Super League done, and then again, I just kind of go from there. I've got the players in the club, I've got the silver packs. I open up those silver packs, put those towards the other leagues, and just start that League SBC grind. That is basically what I recommend right now. BPM, as I said, is a bit of a risky method in regards to making coins. If you're wanting to like safely make sure that the coins you're spending are going towards the leagues you're doing, then do just buy the Chinese Super League players. A lot of them you'll be able to pick up for 150 coins on bids or 200 coins on buy it nows, unless you're looking obviously at silvers. So the silvers do go for a little bit more. The gold players aren't too expensive, but just make sure you're doing it for as cheap as possible. Again, use Futbin as a guide. Don't just necessarily buy the 11 it says, because I can't guarantee that will be the cheapest price to do it for. Me personally, as I said, I'm going to grind from BPM and upwards, do the Chinese Super League, put the silvers towards other leagues, keep any packs that have a rare gold, either save it for the next promo or save it for Team of the Season. It depends on what the next promo is. As I said, the next promo could even be Team of the Season. It would be a shock, it would be a right stinker from EA, but you'd never know. But that is going to be this video. Hopefully you guys have found this helpful. If you have any questions, please do let me know down below. If there's anything in particular with regards to content you would like to see, or a video from me that you'd like to see, then again, let me know in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel as well, please hit that sub button, turn notifications on. You'll be told anytime that we upload a video, or indeed go live with the live stream. But for now, guys, I want to say thank you very much for watching. I've been Tom, you guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands.
What? Nah, his name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, or say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty games, yeah, you already know. Hursty.